For fast, cheap, and reliable Madden 20 Ultimate Team coins, make sure you guys go check out my sponsor U4GM Coins. Use code VENM at checkout for 5% off. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's VENM here, back in the video, and today I'm going to be updating my full gun trips tight end offensive guide. Now, this formation, it's very good. I haven't touched up on it since I haven't made a full scheme on it since the first week of Madden. And there's tons of great updated setups, but one thing you need for the formation is you do need a tight end apprentice. You need those extra 4 hot routes on your tight end. If you're running Ultimate Team, I would say get Post Flag Elite as well. You could also get Streak Specialist, some other chems, but that's just something that you're going to need for a couple of these setups I'm going to talk about. With that being said, we're going to be in the Oakland Raiders offense today. The only 2 trips that are the best trips are going to be Oakland and the Chargers. Those are the 2 best trips tight ends in the game. You know, it's in New England, it's in Minnesota, it's in a couple of other playbooks, but those trips don't have this key play that I want to talk about. Now, let's hop into our audibles. It's going to be X spot at X, which is the play that's not in, New England, Minnesota, those types of playbooks. You're going to keep inside zone, you're going to keep verticals, and then with PA slot corner, you're just going to go ahead and switch it with PA counter go. So those are the 3 plays that I personally like having in my audibles. If you like some of the other plays, you could go with them, but that is just me personally. PA slot corner is a pretty good play as well, but I'm not going to really talk about that. I'm only going to go over the good plays, the next level plays I think you guys should try to learn. So with that being said, let's hop into our first play, X spot. Now, this is particularly good against stock cover 3. It can work against cover 2, some other coverages as well. So keep that in mind. But what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to show you how you can run this from the short side and the wide side and how it will make a difference. Now, the better setup, honestly, is from the short side because what we want to do is open up this post route. So we're just going to put our tight end on a post. Something else we're going to do is block our running back, and the key route I want to talk about is going to be this route with Deebo Samuel. You guys see sort of on a little hitch, something you would see out of Z spot towards the inside. You want to leave him there because he's going to act as our hitch. But this route is key because when you're running trips and people send blitz at you, you need to motion block one of these players. If you motion block him, it'll motion these 2 players in. I can show you guys, but there's no reason to. So you really want to motion this guy or this player it's just easy to motion block them. If people are sending blitz at you, that's something you're going to have to do. So a lot of these setups are going to be max protect setups because that's just the meta of the game. So to make this setup the best that you possibly can, when you're blocking 7, what you're going to do is just put B, Marquise Goodwin, our slot receiver, on a slant. Again, if you're running Ultimate Team, if you have one wide receiver ability, I would recommend putting him right here where Goodwin is. Obviously, when you flip your trips, that's going to mess things up. But there you guys see, that's all for the player. That's all you need. What you're going to go ahead and do here is you're going to motion snap Sanders. So I'm just going to motion him over to the right, and I'm just going to hike the ball right about there. He should double team. We actually get that pancake, and you guys see that George Kittle is going to be wide open, crossing from right to left. Now, it's going to be key. The key point of this play is seeing where your opponent's going to use her. Now, this might take a little bit of practice if you've never done something like this before, but pretty much you're going to see if he follows the slant. And even if he's just a couple of yards behind and your tight end doesn't have 60 speed, you should be able to throw that pass very effectively, unless somehow they have a 99 speed golden ticket Calvin, they're able to lurk you. But again, here, let's try and throw the slant here. I'm going to motion Sanders in. I'm going to hike that ball, and boom. Now I'm able to throw this. But you guys see, they're on completely different sides of the field. So even though my post isn't completely on that left side already, I'm still able to throw that pass very effectively. The slant really won't get covered by many zones, which is the nice thing about it. And it's really going to come down to user defender and whether your opponent will decide to use it or not. So again, one last time, here's the setup. You're going to put A on a post, which is going to be the D-pad down. You're going to block your running back. You're going to put the slot receiver on a slant, and you're going to motion hike the Emmanuel Sanders. Now, if you wanted to, you could obviously run this simply vice versa. So I could motion block B, keep Y on a slant. I could do whatever I want. Like I said, it comes down to preference. And that's going to open it up a little bit further down the field. Jimmy G just threw our ball in the dirt there, but you guys see that he was still open. Like I said, though, I practiced with this setup more than the other one. But let's say we want to go to the wide side, because a lot of people like running trips to the wide side. Now, your post route's not going to be open all the way to the left hash. It's just not. You're going to be all the way on the wide side. The post just isn't going to get open. So what you want to do is throw it before it gets to the sideline. You're going to want to get that diving animation. If you have post flag elite, you don't need that. As long as you keep your feet on the ground, you won't drop it. So again, I'm just going to run the exact same setup pretty much. We're going to motion hike once again here. And you guys see our left tackle just blocked absolutely nobody. Thanks a lot, Clint. But I'm just going to set that up really quickly. I'm not sure why that's a thing. But again, be on a slant. I'm just going to motion hike. I guess I'm just not going to double team because that might be the reason. So we're just going to hike it. Boom. And you guys see. If we had post flag elite, that's an easy catch. Obviously, I missed swerve catch that. That was a bad swerve catch by me. But it's something that you just want to practice on. I'm not too good at swerve catching in the middle of the field. But again, I did get a pretty bad animation there. So we're just going to set it up one last time. Again, you guys see. Oh, if they're using the slant. There we go. Get the diving catch animation. Fall to the ground. You're not going to take a hit. And it's going to be a catch every time. So that's pretty much the same thing as cover 2. Because cover 2, it's going to be the middle of the field is what you're going to attack. The slant actually does get defended somewhat decently. So you're really going to want to hit the post route. Now, the cloud flat, it really does a good job of defending the post even down the field. So what you're going to do here is just simply throw that to Kittle. You guys see, able to complete it. You guys, if you don't know by now, you can literally throw over any linebacker in this game. So you really got to take advantage of it, especially in the middle of the field. Definitely watch out for their user, though. That's something I will say. But you guys see, the slant's open. The post is open pretty much every time. Same thing for cover 2 as cover 3. Make that high-low read. And that's pretty much it for our X spot. Let's hop into this inside zone. Now, inside zone, very underrated play. When people come out in trips, you know, they love to pass the ball. They're probably going to have a receiver ability, a tight end ability, and a QB ability. They're probably not going to have a running back ability, which makes you think that they're going to pass the ball every down. But this inside zone, it's really going to be a staple point of the offense, and you want to run it, especially if people are going to come out and run 1-4-6 on you. You need to take advantage, and this run is definitely really good against some certain formations. Against 3-4 odd, this is a very good run because you're able to bounce it to the outside. Now, one thing that's important that I should note is that if you do have a right-handed quarterback, you're going to want to go ahead and run it to the left side. Now, you're going to get a faster handoff animation. Look how fast that handoff is, and you guys see I'm able to go pretty much off to the races, and we actually score a touchdown. Now, let's say I go ahead, come out, and flip the play. I want you to take a look at how long the handoff is. Now, again, it's going to be vice versa. So if you have Vic, you're going to want to run it to this side. If you have any right-handed QB, you're going to want to run it to the left side. But look at that. Super slow handoff. You guys probably can't tell a difference if you don't play the game a lot. But trust me, there is a little bit of a difference. And it does just feel and look a little bit smoother. So also, if you want, you could just pretend that you're max protecting like this. You could motion block him. And a lot of times that's going to give you better blocking up the middle. As far as if you want to get to the outside, that's probably not the move. But honestly, my favorite thing to do is just simply motion block Goodwin a couple of steps. Usually he'll pick up that linebacker. For some reason he didn't. But, you know, it is what it is. Very good run. Stock, like I said, you could mix in some motion like that, and we're able to get that little wheel block and turn it upfield. So I'm not going to hop in too much. You guys know how to run inside zone. Let's hop into probably my second favorite play out of the formation. And it's going to be this stock verticals. Now this is going to be killer against cover 3 and cover 2. Again, kills both of them. And the stock way to simply run this is just to put your running back on a wheel route, and you can just go ahead and hike the ball. Now, 2 key zones you want to throw to, or 2 key players I want you to look at, is going to be the seams. First things first, I want you to take a look at the seams. That means that you're going to look at Emmanuel Sanders there. He can get open if you just want to snap throw that. But more times than not, you want to throw to A or RB, which means when you come out in the play, first you want to just snap throw this seam route as many times as you can to get your opponent to worry about it. You want your opponent to be defending that trip side as much as you can. And that's just really what is going to open up our high-low on this right side. So let's go ahead, run it. And you guys see this corner out is going to be wide open against cover 3 every single play. So if they're running cover 3, you know that the corner route's going to be open. If they're running cover 2, you know that the wheel route's going to be open. So it's really just dependent on paying attention to the coverage. You should be able to tell. Just look right away at their play art, right away when you snap the ball. See if they're, cornerbacks in a cloud flat, you're throwing the wheel route, and that this is, dependent if they're using or not as well. Something that I like to do is, just put like a curl route, put a hitch, put an in route, something like this. You just want to mix it up. You want to get him to fall down on things on the left side, and even if he does stay true to that, they actually played that pretty well. Even if they do stay true to that, you have your curl route, you have certain routes that you're able to hit. Now, probably the best way to maximize this play is going to be just to go ahead, put Goodwin on a slant, motion him on the backside like this. It's just really going to open it up. You guys see Kittle still able to get open now. Again, this might be one of those plays where you like to run it against the trip side. And for this next setup against cover 2, you probably will want to run it on the short side, not trip side. I don't know why I said that. But again, here it's going to be the same concepts as cover 3. It's just going to be way more open. You're still going to be able to throw that to the outside more times than not. And especially if they're in a 3-4 odd, it's going to be completely open. But that takes us to our next setup, and it's going to be how to beat the cover 2. Now, take a look at Emmanuel Sanders here. He's looking pretty nice on that seam route against cover 3. But what we're going to do is make it so that he's going to kill cover 2 for a 1-play touchdown. So what we're going to do, very simply, is we're just going to go ahead, motion Sanders all the way over to the right side, and we're going to leave everything else the same. We're going to go hike the ball, and we're going to throw it right over your head for a 1-play touchdown. Now, I even threw that a little bit early. So, like I said, it does take practice, and if they have a good click on, you really want to make sure that it's open. You can't throw it like that or it'll be picked. But again, just a simple, stock setup. I'm not even in cover 2. You want to motion snap him before he gets there. So even, obviously I just messed it up right there. So if you do mess it up, you still can throw that corner out against cover 2. But once again, what you're going to want to do is throw this seam route. Let's come out of the right play. All right, here we go. Motion him over. Again, you're not going to motion. You're going to motion snap him right there. He looks like he's going to get set, but he doesn't. You're going to pass lead all the way over, and you guys see absolutely wide open. Now, if you have a streak specialist, you could throw him in the slot here. That's just, again, something that's not necessary because you guys see we're able to complete it anyways. But yeah, it's how I like to beat cover 2. Nobody really expects that. When they expect a motion like that, they probably think that he's going to be on a post route. And yeah, overall, just a really good play. So that takes us to our last and our final play of this video. It's going to be this PA counter go. Now, like I said, you guys can always come up with your own setups. I'm just going to go over the ones that I like to run, what I think are the best. I have other things that I do in a freestyle setting. But this is probably my favorite, setup. And again, I'm going to show you guys how you can beat it with max protect and how you can beat it, just blocking your 6 people. So as you guys see, oh my God, you can't get the ball off. But that first setup, what you're going to do is, you guys see I'm also running this with my trips on the wide side. I always like to run my crossers to the short side of the field. But you guys probably noticed that what we're going to do is just block our running back. We're going to put our tight end on a post, and we're going to hitch our wide receiver. Now, if you want to block 7, what you're going to have to do, unfortunately, is motion Samuel. You guys see, this is why I don't like motioning him in, because the hitch route gets bumped a little bit. But you guys see, oh my God, we're getting shedded to death right now. What is going on? Jack Crawford, really? Isn't he like 70 overall? But again, I'll try to hit it one more time here. We're going to just run it like this. If you want to open up the crosser more, let's say you don't want to block 7, what you're going to do is just motion him over, put him on a streak route, and that should completely open him up. That's going to open up the crosser as we just, again, get shedded. I have no clue why we're getting shedded so badly, but You guys know in this game you're able to roll out, throw crossers, and it is open. Like I mentioned, I don't know why the 49ers O-line is so trash right now, but all right, here we are. We're going to be able to hit this post route. So there we go. There's the post route, post to Hitch. Now, like I said, it would be better if the Hitch is on right here. Instead, he gets motioned in a couple of steps, which does make the play worse. But again, boom, we're going to put him on a hitch. We're going to put him on a streak. Now, again, this is if you're blocking 6. If they're playing coverage on you, there's no reason to block 7. We get some pocket there, and we're able to throw that crosser. That's going to be pretty good against cover 3. It's also going to be really good against the cover 2 defense. Same way. Now, the post route's not really going to get open all the way down the field against cover 2 as it did cover 3. But you still will be able to throw it, and it still is going to come down to if your opponent is usering or not. So I snap the ball. Boom. I can take my hitch right there. Now, since I had a mid-read there, they actually matched. But more times than not, your opponent's never going to have a mid-read on his field. So I'll just show it one more time here. Post, hitch, block your running back, motion this player, and motion hike him right about there. You guys see, I threw that a little bit late. But pretty much everything is going to be open. I'm not going to sit here and run it 20 times, but yeah. That's pretty much going to be it for the scheme, though. Obviously, there's a couple of other good plays like PA slot corner, PA shot go, but those are not the best this year. So I'm just gonna leave them if you guys want. I have uploaded a couple of videos on them, I think earlier in the year, so you could look at those setups. Those still work. But yeah, it's gonna do it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and like this video if you guys did enjoy. Peace. I'm out of here.